Coach, first question for you. What kind of a series do you expect this to be?
Oh, this is going to be a grinded out type series. They're a physical team, similar to Lloyd. They compete. It's tough to get to their net, as we've seen on the road. We know that they're going to grind it out. They're going to be physical, and we've got to match that physical play, and make sure our work ethic is where it needs to be in all areas of the ice.
When you look at the 6 games these two teams have played already, why has it been so seemingly possible for you guys to score when you face them here, and so tough when you've been in Sherwood Park?
That's a great question. Because in my opinion, it doesn't matter where you play hockey and you play the same way. And give their goaltending credit, they've played well against us. I think our last game there, we were shut out. We had great chances early in the game, and really it was late in the game when they broke it open, and by then it was too late. But what happened before, that's the neat thing about the postseason, isn't important. What's important now is the mentality moving forward, understanding your opponent, which we've done. I think the kids have done a good job this week of paying attention, understanding what we're playing against and who they are and how we need to play.
What's your impression of the dynamic of a best-of-5 series? Because obviously, though you've got home ice advantage, is there a bit of pressure because of the fact that if you don't sweep the first 2 home games, all of a sudden you've got to win at least one on the road, whereas in a best-of-7, you wouldn't necessarily push the panic button as early?
I don't think you ever push the panic button. I think you play hockey, and it's a game of breaks, it's a game of mistakes, and you got to take it one shift at a time. All the cliches become so true at this time of year. You've got to be so tough mentally in the playoffs. Really, it's a war of attrition, whether it's 5-7, and back in the old Western League days, the best of 9 in the Western Division. So it's important to get a good start. I think that's the key, but it's really important just to stay in the moment.
If you look at the roster right now, are there certain players that you're pretty happy with as far as how they've kind of surged towards the postseason and maybe can continue momentum into this series? Or are there also, on the other side of the coin, players you're really going to be looking to elevate their games to a new level now that we're in the playoffs?
Well, I think when you look at your team, your best players got to be your best players. That being said, the playoffs unveil some heroes, and there's always a guy who comes out of the woodwork who you may or may not expect that becomes a hero or plays outside of his element or takes it to the next level, and that's the exciting part for a coach. We all know who our personnel is. We know where they've played, how they've played. Our team's played with everybody, so I think that's an advantage for our guys because they have played with everybody, and so now it's just a matter of wait and see, and in the end, in my opinion, it's the team that wants it more is going to get it done.
As you know, of course, both of these teams are obviously looking at a lot of video of each other. From a coaching perspective, is it a bit of a challenge that obviously when you hit postseason, some staffs like to throw a few curveballs, debut a few new things to catch the other team off guard, but at the same time you've been working on these systems that have worked so well up to this point that you obviously don't want to change too much for this team too?
Tricks don't do it. There's little things, I guess, in the game, but in the end it comes down to work recognition, what's going on. We probably spend a lot more time 6-on-5 and 5-on-6 just to know and understand that those goals become important. So that way, a little sharper on our face-offs. I thought in our last 2 games we had great jump on our face-offs. So that's important heading into the postseason and understanding your role. But other than that, it's you play them straight up. We'll make adjustments as we go along, and I don't expect too many big outside the box surprises. It's a pretty simple game. Get the puck, shoot the puck, go to the net.
What about, though, on the special team side? Because the penalty kill over the last 10 games of the season, 92%. The power play really surged. You were 4th best in the league and pretty consistently good there. And because there's so much video out there on how you guys have played the penalty kill on the power play, do you change that up a little bit, or do you just need players to keep doing what they were doing late in the regular season to keep that special team success going? Well,
I won't say what we're doing there because this is going to be live and someone might be watching, so we made that mistake before this year. So we just want to go out and compete, and special teams is just create a 2-on-1 and get the puck to the net. It's really that simple. So we rely on our guys to make the right reads and find seams and make sure we're at the net to battle and compete, because it gets a little tougher to score.
Final thing, how important is the crowd in the first 2 home games of a series like this?
I think it's great. This is a great building, lots of energy. We're excited to see. Hopefully we have a great turnout, and hopefully they're loud and proud here, and we can make them feel loud and proud of our team by the end of the weekend.
I appreciate the time, Coach. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.